Given the benefit of the doubt, although the market's starting to ease now, but I thought on recent form in that smaller field last start was a bit disappointing. Just sort of finished off evenly, and the run prior to that had excuses, but needs to bounce back.
Two's not the yard just yet, so we'll move over to horse number 3, which is Packing Empire, the son of High Chaparral. Seems to enjoy racing here in Moonee Valley. Comes to the 3,000 metres again. Interesting the way you look at that last start. He decided not to go to the lead, and in the end, the tempo was so slow. It was a big advantage to Lonsava.
It was a big advantage to Lonsava, but Lonsava ran the last 423.82 and 23.92 for Packing Empire. But I think Packing Empire wants to make it more of a test this time around, and I'd be surprised if Dwayne Dunn doesn't go forward and make it more of a test this time, and I think can win.
Number 4 is Master's Degree. We get out to some of the, this is only at 16 to 1 here on course, but got a couple of really long tail to this field. Jackie Berryman takes the ride here.
Hard to get a guide last start, wasn't it? And that's a crawl behind Lonsava, and then it battled on without ever really threatening. It was beaten nearly 8 lengths. So on that evidence, you would suggest that has a bit to find.
A couple of the horses and trainers are being a little tardy here, so 5's not in the yard just yet. Number 6 is Music to Midnight. Only won 1 from its 15 starts, but this is the trip it's been looking for, in my opinion. Its first crack at 3,000.
I agree, and sort of looked beaten about the 300 last start behind Ranger's Run, and then was just getting going again late, and it was sticking on really well. Game performance, I think the step up and trip will suit, and Vlad Juric's had a couple of winners today as well. Riding elsewhere, so
that's right.
This is going good.
Riding in Mornington today, Mr. Jazz is a 25 to 1 chance. Don't adjust your sets. That is the name of a Melbourne Cup place getter who wore the identical colours, and the owners, the Trescothic family, said we had a lot of fun with one. Mr. Jazz ran in a famous Melbourne Cup that was won by Gurners Lane from memory. We decided to call another one Mr. Jazz. It's fair to say this one's not as good.
No, but likes a journey as well, by the look of it. Tongue Tie goes on, strikes stronger opposition. Was in that race that Rangers Run and Music to Midnight also competed in. I thought it boxed on okay, but has a bit to find.
I think the other Mr. Jazz might have it covered, you think?
Just a touch.
Gurners Lane, Kingston Town, those types, yeah, they were hard to beat. Here's 8, bold statement, 100 to 1. Can you make a bold statement that it can win?
No, I don't think it can win.
Horse number 9.
we can move on.
May Luca at 100 to 1.
I thought stayed on all right behind Rocknet last start. It was over 2,200 metres, so goes up again in distance. Has tried it once and failed, but this looks a pretty strong race, so hard to have Maluka as well.
And 150 to 1 for its stablemate in Knuckle Manor. It's won 5 of 48, Knuckle Manor.
Yep, and it isn't up to this quality of opposition. Was well beaten behind Rocknet, was also in that race. They both competed in that last start and was pretty moderate sort of performance.
Lonsava. Let's go back to Lonsava, who is our equal favourite now. The market's flipped here on course. 4 Carat and Lonsava are now favourites, and Packing Empire has gone from favourite to 3rd favourite. Here's Lonsava. Luke Curry, an inside gate for Tony McAvoy.
Yeah, Luke won well last start and was well rated, well ridden, but did the job tightly. Still, you still got to do it. I thought what Luke did really well last start is he sort of just picked the tempo up at the right time, never really gave anything else a chance after getting away with murder early in the race. He didn't really give anything a chance from fairway out, so I dare say they'll try the same sort of tactics again, but either way, Lonsava was good and has to be right in it again.
Priceless Mate is our last runner, and that's horse number 5, and it is a 100 to 1 chance. It was 100 to 1 when it won at Mornington 5 starts ago. Could it happen again?
No, I don't. I've looked at most of the runs and I didn't like any of them, but did pull up lame a few runs back, but no, put a pen through it.
Very polite by you. All right, there are our runners for race number 4, the Melbourne Signage Concepts Handicap. 3,000 metres is your top 4.
Yeah, I think it could get down to a race of tactics a little bit again. It did last time. A lot of these competed against each other, but I'm happy enough to give Packing Empire another chance over Lonsava. I thought Music to Midnight